edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Sport here on a Tuesday, and at the sound of the ring, it's Barnes and Michael.
You
Once again, feels like a first time, long time.
It does.
What's going on, brother?
Nothing, dude. Played some hoops last night.
How's that going?
It's going well. It's just the third week. It's all about getting in shape, and then the touch comes more so with the shape because you get to do more stuff. But I'm playing well. I have a game tonight at 7. Mondays are pickup, and yesterday, usually there's like 16 guys. So they'll go 4 side, full court.
Yeah.
Instead of the big.
Right. The
But last night it was 11 guys, 12 guys at the peak.
Okay.
So we ran full court the whole way, and I mean, dude, it was a lot of sprinting.
But it must be like though, just like sick, like nostalgic though to be back, right? Like
Yeah. They were like getting back in that shape is crazy because like last night, shots falling, and then like in a good way, and then 6th game full court, there's no legs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everything's on target, just short, or then you try to go harder and it's long, and it's just. But it felt good because, that's what you want, and then you're gonna get back in it and shape, and it's a nice part of the routine to have it Monday and Tuesdays.
Yeah. I
So-
feel like that's the perfect touch.
Yeah.
So tonight is the Fairfield Men's League.
Yeah, it's the same thing Matt's in.
Okay.
Just a different
Has he
sector.
played yet? Like I guess I haven't asked him.
I don't know. I think he was supposed to play 2 weeks ago, if I'm right, when he got the stitches out.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sure he played 1 game.
But yeah, no, I gotta definitely, definitely get back into it, because it really is so much fun. But it's just crazy, like, and obviously you know this, more than me even, but just like thinking back to, middle school, high school, being younger and playing for literally 3 to 4 hours straight.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Like, you play 1 game of 3-on-3 to like 11 and you're winded.
No, it's crazy. That's the thing though too. It's like you got to get on the recovery train too. Like you got to do the right stuff after you play like a lot. Stretching, obviously. Like so I'm going to the gym today, but I'm not going to lift weights or anything. I'm literally going to stretch and do sauna for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And just like
basically
heal.
Matt on a Saturday.
Yeah. And just heal and get ready, recover from yesterday more in preparation for tonight's game. It's just mad fun, dude, playing the games. And the refs I like because the refs call this. I don't know, maybe because I wear sweatpants. I'm not like one of the Chiefs that like wear sweatpants. Yeah. Like I play the right way and stuff like that. But I think they just think like, oh, he must have played. He knows what, and I play like I've played.
Yeah.
So they give me calls, which I love, too.
Oh, that's
like,
awesome.
Because sometimes when you go to the hole, refs don't call stuff, and it's
Right.
annoying. It's like, just make the call. It's not a big deal. And even like they ref 9 o'clock games, and I'm like, oh my god, they're not gonna call anything tonight because they want to just
Go home, yeah.
But they do. They respect the game, dude.
Yeah. No, that's awesome, man. Yeah, like I said, I definitely want to get back into that. Maybe honestly, as soon as either this week or the beginning of next week, just get a couple games in the shooting because I did do it for Corey's wedding. Me and Mark played it, not even one-on-one, just like 3-point shootout and stuff. And that was at this point I think like a month ago or something. And I feel like I've asked you this before, but have you ever got that thing like the inside shooter's elbow, like right here, pain?
No, but I know people that, yeah.
Like, what do you think that is? Like,
I think that's just not playing often.
Yeah. Like
yeah,
you think
and
once
it's like, yeah. Yeah, it's almost like when players used to get shin splints that I played with. It was just like they were out of shape. They're now going 100 when they were going 0 all summer.
Right. So, yeah. No, that definitely makes sense. So, yeah, I want to get back in the regimen. Yerny, fresh home from Orlando.
Oh, nice. What was he doing there?
A little family vacation.
Cool.
I think Aquatica. I don't even know if Tony was familiar with that. I don't know if, just must be something like SeaWorld, I think. But he literally flew in this morning right to work.
Wow.
And on cue, saying got back at 8:30, got dressed, off to work, baby.
I hope the girls appreciate you, Ernie, because that's tough.
Yeah.
That's why, women need men.
I mean, to just go straight to work like
There's
that.
no way, no offense to most ladies out there, but they're not doing that.
SeaWorld and Aquatica. And coming off of SeaWorld and Aquatica, that's tough. I mean,
did you see this comment?
9. So good to have Chief here. Oh, he drove, not flew. Even more to what we're saying.
Yes, they would be bed.
Yeah,
for 2
Josh
days.
B. You think he's going to corporate America, driving home from Disney?
No,
Come on.
he's
Come
using
on.
those pay time off extra days, baby.
On Discord, claw in hand right now.
How was SeaWorld? I've been there when I was younger. Is it like still fun to go to? I know people like hate on it because of whatever, animal rights.
Oh, yeah. And Chief says he performs there 3 times a year, 5 minutes whale exhibit. That's a good one, Chief.
That's good.
A good one.
That is
very
good.
Original. I did want to, get into just yesterday.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
A little summary. Was honestly what a day, what a time. Me and Tony on the train.
What time?
I think the train left Stanford at like 2:23. So we really had a bunch of extra time. Went right into obviously Grand Central.
City all Christmassy?
City all Christmassy, and I was layered up.
Yeah.
2 thermos, long sleeves, a Ranger sweatshirt, and then the jersey over, and then the insulated khakis on top.
Were you warm?
Warm hat too. Fine.
Awesome.
Don't need the gloves.
Yeah.
So the walk to Jack Dempsey's wasn't bad. It's funny too. Usually, when we go there, we get the Guinness. But we went espresso martini this time, which was good, but it was interesting. And I could see you, especially, your background, restaurant industry and stuff. But, oh, yeah, we could do an espresso martini, but we don't have espresso. So they made it with coffee. Yeah. The local look.
So it's not an espresso martini.
But maybe that's why I don't know. Maybe that's why I was a little rough at the end of the night. But anyway, that was good. We split the barbecue wings, and then I got the special. It was the Reuben and French onion soup. That was awesome. And then the salted caramel cheesecake for dessert. Tony, that was a picture of, I guess, the Irish coffee, but he also had gotten the sundae. And he got some like chicken sandwich, I believe, for chicken wrap. I think it was a chicken wrap for dinner. So he enjoyed that. Then we went over to this place, kind of a funny name, Molly Wee's. I guess it's a Irish bar. And we still met up with Aaron there and his buddy. And then I guess he what the heck was I gonna say? Oh yeah. After we left, and again, I don't know this stuff. You and Tony would, but somebody from Stranger Things was at the bar.
Yeah. He sent me photos. The little guy.
Yeah. So they were out about that, and they did show him on the big screen. And then we got there early. We got there probably like 45 minutes early. So we got to see them shoot around, which was great, and the seats were awesome. row 5, 220. So kind of like that angled view, so it was perfect view. And I got the videos around my story if anybody didn't see them.
Yeah,
of
they were
the
great.
Tributes to Kreider, into Trouba. So that was awesome. And then it's just like, obviously not getting the win was a little tough. But good to be there with Alan as well. And hit up Los Tacos before we went back.
I saw that.
That was great. Have you ever had that?
No, but Tony said something about in the Discord
Pork?
about fried cactus taco. Watch out. Honestly, fuck fried cactus.
Yes. He wanted to try that. And I was like, just thinking to myself, like, dude, like, why am I going to try that? Like, how could that? I just don't see how that could be good. Of course, it wasn't. I got the pork for the first time.
He said
Last time
stick
I had
to the
gotten
pork.
Chicken and steak.
Mhm.
Pork, great. Steak, great. Quesadilla, great. Guac, great. Of course, him with having the conniption, about the guac. And then polish it off, we were looking for Lickety Split ice cream truck, but it was not there. But we did get Shake Shack.
That's awesome.
The cookies and cream milkshake. So that was good. So, yeah, it was just a hearty day, a long day. And then, like I was telling you before the show, I wasn't even planning on it, but our GAF rep texted me yesterday, free UConn tickets tonight. So going with Mark. Haven't been to a XL Center UConn game in a while. So
That's awesome.
should be a good one. So, yeah, probably going to take it easy for tonight. That was always the plan going in. Driving,
Yep.
nothing crazy, But, yeah, looking forward to that. And what else we got comment-wise here?
We have Ernie saying, not going to lie, it was awesome. In reference to SeaWorld. Yeah, saw pics of Chief at SeaWorld, LMAO. Thea, fill the butter to my cup. How are ya? Then he's asking me, what's your definition of a fair weather fan? I'd probably say Michael Buckta. Tony would get a rap, LOL. And then Donna Lee saying, good morning.
Good morning,
all.
Donna. And Donna's the best. She was texting us right away, like, oh, no show today? And then I'm updating her on the time, and she's very appreciative of that. So she's the best. We know it. And it was great seeing her on Friday. That's for sure. But a lot to get into. But let's start in the world of the National Football League.
This kid is special, man. This you didn't even think to do that.
Gonna run for it. He got it. And there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him. Jones to the end zone. Touchdown. Quincy Williams leveling Murray. There he goes. Jamar Chase. Not yet. Touchdown Bengals. Stafford. Williams. What a hit by Budda Baker. Budda Baker just saved a touchdown.
All right. So today's NFL segment is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes, the crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. And last night, and obviously, being at the Ranger game, didn't get to catch really much, of the Monday Night Football game. But just like we were talking about yesterday, the theme of yesterday's show was, yesterday was a game that the Steelers brought Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh to win. Monday Night Football, end of the season, honing in, trying to get that AFC North crown and stay ahead of Baltimore in the standings. There's still a game up, obviously, still a game yet to be played, but this was a big win, and really they just controlled the game the entire way, winning 28-15, but I feel like it wasn't even that close. We're up 7-3 at half, 21-3 after three quarters, and like I said, end up winning 28-15. And Rodgers, arguably had one of, if not the best game of the season for him. 23 of 27, 224, 8.3 yards per completion, which is pretty good.
Do you think they're going to do anything?
2 touchdowns, no picks, 3 sacks, and a 58.8 quarterback rating. So it's just one of those things where I know that at least it seems like to me, and even with this whole TJ Watt situation, and hopefully he comes back next week. But they're going to win the division. And I guess it's really a matchup thing for me in terms of the playoffs, if they could win a playoff game. I mean, I don't think, like, they're bad, but obviously, I mean, they're not, one of the, upper echelon type of teams. But so they'll be automatically a top 4 seed in the playoffs, and I would imagine that's probably where they are, given that they're 8-6 here. So, yeah, right now, they're the 4 seed. They would be hosting the Chargers. So you think about that matchup. The Chargers, obviously, in my eyes, definitely, a more talented team, a better fundamental team. Possibly, you could argue better coached as well. I mean, obviously, Tomlin's been there a while, but it just feels like Harbaugh has really, installed his program over there with the Chargers. So I think that would be a tough game, really, for both teams, honestly. And it's like, I think that would be the test, really, on both sides, just because with Pittsburgh, it's like, okay, we're finally hosting a home playoff game, and they haven't won the division in 5 years. They haven't won a playoff game since 2016, but it'd be okay. We're hosting a team from California, a team that, we talk about our history not winning playoff games recently. They haven't done much in the playoffs, if anything, because you think back to last year, struggling against Houston, losing that game. And then you think about the historic collapse against Jacksonville in the wild card weekend a few years ago. So they haven't had that playoff success. So I think it would be, who could get over the hump. And for me, I mean, it definitely trends towards the Chargers. But I would say that element of going to Pittsburgh, I don't think that's an easy place to play, especially in the postseason. And I think, that's what the Steelers have been missing these last couple of years, is because when they've gotten in the playoffs, they've been on the road. They've been, matched up with teams that they weren't supposed to beat. But this is like, okay, you brought Aaron Rodgers here, just like, you brought him in to win last night's game to make some type of run. And then, you think about, the AFC. I mean, it is open. So what I would say is, I could see them winning that first game, and then most likely, unless we have an upset, which is possible because Houston could beat New England. But if we don't get that, then the Steelers would actually have to go to Denver, which I think that would be a tough matchup, and we know all about the Steelers and the Broncos playoff history over the years. The Demaryius Thomas catch, the Tebow game. So that would be interesting. But listen, for right now, they're in control. Of the AFC North, and that game with Baltimore looms, the last week of the season, but 8-6, and are at the Lions this week, and then at the Browns, and that's a game for the Lions. I mean, they have to win out, so that's not going to be an easy one. They play well at home, but speaking of playing well at home, how about the Steelers? I just saw this stat this morning: 23 straight home Monday Night Football victories. I mean, that's a lot. That goes back.
That's pretty
a
crazy.
long way, and that probably goes through, Big Ben and and Tommy Maddox and possibly even before that. So kind of crazy. What else we got here?
Love the llama from Chief.
Oh my God, I completely forgot about this. No, and yeah, the Velvet Llama is great, but Tony, I swear to God, I cannot believe I forgot this. I guess that was the espresso martinis. He literally, like, all night, like, on the way back from the train, and we were waiting for the Uber for a while because I forgot to order it, and then we had to order it and wait when we got there. White 80, like the whole time, like at the train station, like people looking like dead serious.
Why was it? What got into him?
I guess a couple espresso martinis. No,
I mean, do you think he like saw Aaron Rodgers on TV and was just like?
I don't know, but I honestly I can't believe I forgot that. That was like talking about like Tony in costume,
yeah,
Tony in character.
Yeah.
That was Wow.
So yeah, he must have been drunk for sure.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I didn't even ask him, but it's so funny. He would never admit to it, but I'm sure he probably wasn't feeling great when he woke up this morning. Because let me tell you, dude, it was not fun. It was not fun. This morning. But oh man, I should have recorded it.
You should have.
Two classic things. So that happening, and then on Friday, the whole train ride home. And I know you would get extra off for this is because you with like your basketball background. So the whole time, and then we were texting in like a group chat with Josh B, like sending the links. But I just was playing Dick Vitale buzzer beater calls. Like just on full volume in the train. Like it was ridiculous. Rivers against North Carolina.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. So those were kind of two funny things. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how this season finishes for Pittsburgh. I mean, they certainly, if they do win the division, that puts you in a pretty good spot. And if you do win a playoff game, then maybe this talk of Tomlin, being traded, or a mutual parting of the ways, maybe that's quieted down, because I think it's just you understand the frustration with the Steeler fan. They're pretty much in the same circumstances the Yankees, and you could argue over the stretch, and the titles I think are around similar time in terms of how long it's been since they've won. I think 2008 was the last time. Yankees were 2009. But they've been over 500, obviously, but haven't won many playoff games, haven't had many deep runs, but you haven't really had the quarterback since Big Ben retired. And even when before that, I feel like Big Ben was diminished, the last few years as well. So it's like how many times, and I've talked to Patty about this many times, he's a big Steeler fan, but how many times like were they supposed to win those games? I mean, I think that's the biggest thing. But now you do have Rodgers, and I know, it's not that Rodgers, but I think a game like last night, I mean, albeit sure, it's against a team like the Dolphins that is not going to be in the playoffs. But it was a really good performance. So what will it look like though against the Chargers, on Super Wildcard Weekend? That's what we have to see. But I think overall, the Rodgers experiment in Pittsburgh has worked out pretty good. They, we're definitely lacking, some stability, at the quarterback position. The numbers aren't gaudy, but 22 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, you have, or actually, I don't think this counted, right? Because 14 would be 15, 16, 17. So this didn't count last night, so it's 24 touchdowns. And then, around 2,700 yards. So, I mean, I think the number, probably throw around 30 touchdowns, which I think, is pretty good for a quarterback who just turned 42 years old. But it'd be an interesting story because this has been a concept, a thought since the whole thing with the Jets started, with Aaron Rodgers, with, a better coach team, a good defense. Obviously, their defense hasn't been as good this year. So that's kind of held them back a little.
It just shows like Jets suck.
Well,
not that he's like great or anything, but like it could have been better.
Yeah, and you could have made the playoffs if things were in order and done the right way. But I think the biggest problem was keeping Saleh when they got Rodgers in the first place. I think they should have went with a better coach. And things could have looked differently. And I do wonder too, though, like what would have happened if he didn't tear his Achilles, because that defense that year ended up being pretty good. Yeah. And it seemed like I know training camp's training camp, but he was like on fire in practice, Jay watching the all-22, Jets drive.
Tony doing the snap count.
I still, that would have went viral if I recorded.
Damn,
he would not, but he would not stop. It was like one of those things, like, with like, we've gone nuts with like the Jeremy Shaq, like way past it, like at the top of his lungs, like it's just like, it's so quiet. It's late. Literally the inside of the train station was closed. And like, so there's just people like sporadically there. And then he's going, 180.
And is he doing anything? Is he?
Yes.
Really?
Doing this.
No way.
Yes.
That's so good.
That was.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it was pure form for Tony last night. That's for sure. And pure form for Rodgers here, because like I said, they're in a good spot. They control their own destiny, and at this point, I expect them to win the division. I know the Ravens had their shutout win against Cincinnati, but I mean, I don't think that really means anything. I just don't like what I'm seeing there in Baltimore, and it feels like more of a change is needed there than more so than in Pittsburgh. But we'll see what they do, and obviously that change feels like it's coming with the Dolphins, with Mike McDaniel. Obviously, GM Chris Greer, was already fired earlier this year. What will they do with Tua? I know last night, he actually played pretty well if you look at the yardage, touchdowns, yards per completion, but his quarterback rating somehow was only at 12.2. And I don't know if I've ever seen that with someone only having 16 completions and a 12.2. So maybe they think he could have made some better decisions, but I would not say in any certain way other than if they're just tied down, contractually, that he'll be back with the Dolphins. I mean, it feels like, they just really need, a full reset. Will that happen? That remains to be seen. So, obviously they'll play out the season here, and then, you would think, that Black Monday, they always call it the Monday following the last Sunday of the regular season, that they would announce that McDaniel will be removed of his coaching duties, and they do have 3 games left. Bengals this week, then the Bucks, and then they were at the Patriots. So, if they did run the table, it would be over 500, but it just seems like, it's an experiment that has run its course. And I know, too, that, we've talked about this, and people have even said for the Jets, and depends, obviously, who the quarterback's going to be next year, but that he would be in play to be their offensive coordinator. Obviously, Tanner Engstrom, they're here now, but they did just fire Steve Wilkes because of the poor defensive year that they've had. And it's like, obviously, when you're a 3-win football team, you've had a poor offensive year as well. So I think they would be better served. I think Engstrom was always a lower level assistant. And this is a promotion that maybe, he wasn't ready for. And you could argue, well, did he have, the right pieces to succeed? That is highly debatable. That's for sure. But just like that, that's a wrap of week 15. Week 16, is going to get underway on Thursday. So 2 days from now, we're going to get Rams and Seahawks in Seattle. We'll see what happens, with the Devontae Adams injury. You would think they don't want to push it. Obviously, we know they're going to be the playoffs, but they want to win the division. This is a big game. So if he's able to go, he will go, and it's unbelievable. I mean, we've known it all year. The numbers have popped off the page, but the stats that Stafford's putting up, I mean, he could literally almost throw 50 touchdowns this year. He's got 37 touchdowns with 3 games to go and only 5 interceptions. I don't even know what the odds are, but I'm sure, a runaway favorite for MVP. But even though you could argue Smith and Jigba, maybe equally deserving, having a chance to break the receiving record in these final 3 games, give or take, he's going to need a little over 400 yards, 459. So, I mean, it's a little bit of a stretch, but if he has like a 200-yard game this game, then that can get him right on track for that. So it'll be interesting to see if he can chase down Calvin Johnson. But yeah, we'll talk about that on Thursday. But for now, if we could go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Speed, here he comes! McDavid shoots! Top shelf! He scores! Captain with the overtime winner! That's the middle! That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping, rink Washington made the full split save. Are you kidding me? Turn, side of the net, between the legs, and they score! Filthy! David Pasternak, the silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
White 80! Anyway, that was funny, but the result last night at the Garden wasn't as the Rangers, unfortunately, fall 4-1 to the hands of the Anaheim Ducks. And, a game that was a scoreless first. They each score a goal in the second, but the Ducks had struck first, and then the Rangers, were able to answer back, and I do have that on my story. Matthew Robertson with only a second goal, but this was after Lacombe had a shorty, 9 minutes earlier in the second. So it's just one of those things, like, why is it at the Garden, and it seems like, it should, how much different, and really, how is it not better than when you're on the road, when you have one of the best road records in the league? Why is it that it's always such a struggle to start hot, and kind of ride it from there? It's always a battle back and forth. It's always an early deficit, and that's what we saw last night. And then just to be that flat in the third, with the three unanswered, I'm sure the two at the end, I mean, those were kind of just throwing goals. And the first one was a product of the empty net, and then they put the tender back and they still score to make it 4-1. And it just, with those former Rangers coming back, I mean, you got, four or five guys that were once on the Rangers, and obviously the big names, the tributes for Trouba and Kreider, and to lose like this, to really, just take it on the chin, it's tough. It really is. So it was unfortunate because it felt like, this was a big game. It was packed, and it was disappointing to see them come out flat like this. It really was. And then Chiefs saying to raise my mic volume, which is kind of interesting because I feel like usually me yelling. I don't know if, I can check on my end of things here. Let's see. I feel like that's how it usually sound. Yeah. How dare he?
Yeah.
So yeah, you're stuck with this uneven feeling, and it just, that inability to follow good things up. You had that awesome win on Saturday, come from behind, overtime, and then you have this effort. The good thing is you do get back out on the ice tonight, and you're playing a team in Vancouver, that just traded their best player in Quinn Hughes, but doesn't feel like it's an easy matchup in any mind, in any way. And also too, obviously, let's face it. The Rangers, aren't one of the better teams in the league, but they've been doing this all year. The Ducks are for real. I think, if you look at what Vegas is doing, almost a similarity to how Boston is always the underdog, but Vegas, has had the Rangers favored in this one. And it's just like the Ducks, they win games, especially against teams that have deficiencies. And I think that's the veterans on this team. I think, really, really paying dividends. Kreider, he didn't do anything last night, but he's been performing at a high level. And just so many different guys, because you got McTavish, who, really could be a star. Leo Carlson, a guy that Tony's high on, and Gauthier, Granlund, Strome, Terry Vetrano. That's a lot of firepower. That's definitely a lot of firepower. And then Trouba has done a great job on the defensive side of things, and just been so much more aggressive with the shots on goal. And we were talking about this. We're looking at all the shot on goal parlays prior to the game starting, and Trouba's been nuts with the shot on goal. I think 10 shots on goal the last two games, so this would be 13 over the last three, because he had 3 last night and did have a point. So he's played well. We couldn't have ran him out of town faster enough. Obviously it was a performance thing, it was a locker room thing, you understand that, but it's just whatever it is with the Ducks, it's working. So that's going to be an interesting story to follow, and you wonder as the season goes on. And obviously they haven't been on a run in a while, since the Jagur days. It's you wonder if they're going to even improve this team, so they could really, really be a threat there. And I think that speaks to also Joel Quenneville, who once won a few Stanley Cups with the Blackhawks. We know what type of coach he is, so he's doing a good job there. And I think the Rangers have to take a look at that and inspire to play to that level. The cohesion that their players have together. I think the shots on goal still could be better. I mean, 27 is okay. But you would love to see, especially because at home, it seems like they don't really score much. I know it was 5 goals against the Canadiens on Friday, but you'd love to see 38 saves, 39. I mean, just really make the defense work, the goalie work. So we'll see, what they do tonight. And before we get into tonight, just taking a look, at what else we had last night. I believe it was a 5-game night, but we saw the Panthers 5-2 over the Lightning. And I think that was actually one of my picks yesterday. I'm hoping I took the over. I feel like I did, but I was telling Tony, listen, the Panthers have had some struggles. I think, playing without Kachuk and the long runs to the Stanley Cup Finals the last few years, 3 straight Stanley Cup Finals. They've won the last 2, so going for the three-peat this year takes a toll. And that's why Kachuk, he had to get surgery in the offseason. He's not back yet. But you got so many guys stepping up, and Reinhart with the 2 goals last night. So they beat the Panthers. So they're rolling. And obviously, of course, and we're so far away from this, but that's a team nobody wants to see in the playoffs. And it's just interesting. The Lightning, they've had some of the best rosters in the league, and it just seems like for whatever reason they can't figure it out. And John Cooper is so well respected as one of the best coaches in the league, but it's like, is that something they need to consider? I mean, it sounds crazy, but maybe they just need a new voice. I don't know. We'll see. And then we saw the Senators come back and beat the Jets, trailing 2-1 going into the third, winning in overtime. So they get a win over the Hellebuck-led Jets, and that was a Tony pick. So he took that one on the chin. I mean, obviously, close game, and you don't know what to expect. Both teams have been struggling, but obviously with Hellebuck back, you expect the Jets to kind of get more into contender status. But we'll see. A game that didn't feature any contenders. We did see the Predators beat the Blues 5-2. Forsberg with the hat trick. So this Predators team coming off a highly disappointing year last year, all these veterans, when you're talking about Stamkos and Marchessault, Forsberg, Trotz even said it, their general manager, that they expected more. They're 13-15 right now. We'll see if they're able to heat up. I don't think they're very good. I think they're too old, but we'll see. You never know. Saros gets hot. And then the Stars have been great this year. 4-1 over the Kings. That was my other pick. So I actually had a good night with the picks for a change. I want to say, though, I did the over, so maybe I went 3-1, but I'll take that. I don't know what Tony went, but so 4-1. They're another deep team, so it'll be interesting to see how they play moving forward. And we do have a pretty decent slate tonight. Looking at this, you got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 9 or is it 10? Well, same thing. Anyway, Rangers back in action. Canucks. I know, JD will be there, so I'm sure he's riled, and hopefully he can bring us home a W. Vancouver's only 12-17 this year, and the Rangers minus 130 on the money line. And also, locally, the Islanders are in Detroit against Pollock's Red Wings. Isles, I mean, that's a game. If me and Tony were doing the picks today, I would have definitely taken that one. I think a little disrespect there, but, being the Dogs. They've played well on the road, 9-5-1. But that being said, Michael, could we strike up the music and do another edition of the Frozen Frenzy here on a Tuesday? Tony messing with the boards. He put the White 80s soundtrack in there. That is going to be hilarious talking to him about that. Anyway, the Bruins home finally, some respect here. Technically underdogs, but minus 105. A lot of time we've seen them on the plus at home, but they're 11-5. I don't understand that. Anyway, Utah's minus 115. But, I mean, Tony's been talking about it all year. The Bruins are better than Vegas thinks. And for whatever reason, they keep giving them, odds here that wouldn't reflect that. But a 6.5 is the total. The Mammoth are 16, 15, and 3, 8, 10, and 2 away from the Delta Center, and the Bruins are 19 and 14 and 11 and 5 at home. I'm gonna say this is 4-2. Give me the Bruins in the under. Pasternak for a point. And the Bruins picking up their 20th victory of the year. We do have the Blackhawks and the Maple Leafs in Toronto, Scotiabank Arena. Toronto, minus 205. They've definitely had a wishy-washy type of year. 9-5-5 at home, but 14-12-5 overall. Blackhawks are another team here that I think have, opened some eyes. I know their play recently has been uneven, but Connor Bedard's unbelievable. Also, Tyler Bertuzzi is having a good start to his year. 16 goals, 10 assists. So I'm going to go with the upset here. I love the plus 170. That's a Tony moneyline parlay. You could just see it from the onset. But he always says, the Maple Leafs, stay away from the Maple Leafs. But it's like, I think if you're fading the Maple Leafs, especially this year, I think you're going to be just fine. So give me the Blackhawks winning. I'm going to say by the final of 3-2. So we'll do the Blackhawks in the under, and we go to the Bell Center, Montreal, Quebec, Canada here. The Canadiens, minus 125. Philly comes in plus 105. Road dogs. And you look at this, obviously the Canadiens playing on Saturday against the Rangers. 8-8-1 at home. Flyers are 6-4-2, but kind of a tough one here for me. But I guess I will go with the Canadiens. I do think they are a little better than Philadelphia. So give me the Canadiens winning. I'm going to say by the final of 4-3. So give me the Canadiens and the over. And we go to Detroit. Pollock, Riled, Red Wings, Islanders, Schaefer, DeBrincat, Horvat. I think he's okay after suffering that injury last game. But anyway, I think a close game, but unfortunately, not a happy ending, not a happy camper, that is, John Pollock. I think the Islanders win 5-4 in overtime. Schaefer, the game winner. We talk about it all the time. The impact that he's had on the Islanders this year has been impeccable. So we'll give the Islanders and the over, and we go to MSG. JD in the building. The Canucks, the Rangers on the heels of the disappointing loss last night to the Ducks, I think come back with a vengeance. Jonathan Quick in net. We've seen him have some good performances this year. How about a shutout for Quick? And I think the Rangers put 2 in the back of the net. Give me Panarin for a goal. And I would say Mika Zibanejad off the healthy scratch, mismeeting, like he was talking with Abdul Carter. And I think he comes back and scores. So give me the Rangers and the under. And the Ducks are also playing tonight. They're at Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, minus 142. Ducks, plus 120. And I know Tony's saying 120. But I'm saying 120 because I'm saying give me the Ducks here. I think that's another dog with some value. And I know the back-to-backs aren't easy, but I think they are just a better team than Columbus. So give me Anaheim winning. I'm going to say by the final of, I think tired legs back-to-back, 5-4, so another overtime over game. So Ducks in the over, and we go to Pittsburgh. This is actually a TNT national game as the Penguins are hosting the Oilers. All the firepower there, the Crosby, the McDavid, the Draisaitl, the Malkin, just to name a few. Pittsburgh plus 120 at home. I think the day of the dog. Let's go with Pittsburgh here. I'm usually an Oilers guy. McDavid's great. Obviously waiting for him to come to the Garden. But I don't know. The vibe of that team seems off. I don't know why he signed that contract extension. But give me the Penguins winning. I'm going to say 4-3. So we'll go Penguins in the over, and we go to Minnesota. The Wild hosting the Capital. The Wild minus 115. The Capitals minus 105. Similar records. Capitals 18-10. Wild are 19-9-5 here. And kind of weird, Ovechkin hasn't had the start to his season anyway, that he had last year when he broke the goal record. But Tom Wilson's been playing well, 17 goals, 15 assists. Kaprizov, another strong season for Minnesota. I think this is close. This is overtime. But give me Minnesota. Quinn Hughes riled to be in Mini. So give me the Wild winning 3-2. So we'll go Wild in the under, and we go to San Jose, the SAP Center, and the Sharks home dogs against the Flames. And yes, this does seem like the Vegas trap. I say nonsense. I think the Flames are garbage. Macklin Celebrini, 47 points already. Give me him for a point. 3 shots on goal, and the Sharks winning, I'm going to say 4-2. And I actually have to check this total. If I had to guess the Tony Vegas hat, I would say 5.5, and it is 5.5. So that 4-2 victory would be the Sharks, and the over, and the Josh B, and the Michael in the comments. So good to have Josh here. Maybe a corporate America day. I don't know if he's home on the couch, the claws, the
up, Josh?
ESPN parka. Probably not yet. And the last game of the night, the second game of the TNT doubleheader in Seattle, Climate Pledge Arena. They just hosted, UCLA Gonzaga the other night at that arena. And I think that's actually where they used to be Key Arena, where the Sonics played back in the day. But anyway, Avalanche, I mean, minus 305. Yes, they've lost to Nashville this year, but I have to go with the Avalanche. I know it's a chalk pick, and you could get that money line down. The parlays, even though the parlays haven't been hitting, but maybe go with the Avalanche. Go with McKinnon for a couple shots, maybe a point, something like that. But give me Colorado winning 6-3 here. Avalanche in the over, and just like that, that is your Frozen Frenzy here on a Tuesday, and it's good that Josh is here because it's time for another edition of the Immaculate Grid. So we'll get that pulled up, and as we always do, starting in baseball, and the Orioles, so some AL East teams there. I'm sure Chief is riled if he's here as well. He always is pretty strong with these grids. So kind of interesting. But just taking a look here. So Boston, Detroit. I gotta just make sure of this first, but there is a couple options. I'm almost thinking kind of an underrated one that maybe people don't necessarily have. Yeah, David Wells, a guy Michael's familiar with. So top middle, David Wells. I know Michael remembers him pitching 1998 World Series, Babe Ruth's hat.
Yep.
What
Legendary.
a season that was in 98, and how pissed he was after that season to be traded for Roger Clemens. After being, I think he won World Series MVP, maybe.
That's
I don't
crazy.
know. But he pitched well, so I know that was disappointing for him. Okay, here. So let's see. Oh, and do it as the Bite once said. Do we have music?
Oh yeah.
Kind of just always adds to the ambiance,
Yes.
Michael. I'm thinking. Let's see here. So I don't think Waka was on the Orioles, but the 2000 hits. There's a couple guys I'm thinking here. Let's see. So who else they have? Adrian Beltre. I feel like maybe is kind of low key here. Okay, yeah, 3%. So Boston 2000 hits, Adrian Beltre.
Boston 2000 hits.
Yeah.
Adrian
Beltre.
Nice.
And then I'm thinking for the next one, I just have to double check this, but I believe we're going to go, yes, with a former Yankee. So right below Beltre, Matt Holliday.
Wow.
Josh B wanting to go Mattingly after that. Let me just see what the percentage is on that. Seems pretty good. Josh B, a big Mattingly guy.
Yeah.
So the top one right there.
Where?
You had it.
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to switch it.
Oh yeah. So it's the next one he'll have below that. So yeah, go Don Mattingly there. Let's see, nothing else from him yet. Okay, so Tigers and the Cardinals. I have an idea here, but I just need to check. Let's see here. So no, not him. Okay, and let's see, pitchers. I think Edwin Jackson was on 8%. Yeah, so dead nuts. Okay. And then let's see. Only one team with Detroit. Obviously, Scubal. I'm thinking Kerry Carpenter. Let's see how. 3%. Okay. So below Jackson, Kerry Carpenter. Kerry with a K. Tony always like, you know, and it's not his fault, but he just if it's between like a spelling, always goes with the wrong one. Always gets tight.
I saw the NBA. He picked the wrong Isaiah Thomas the other day.
Oh, when I had to go out. Yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, that was funny. Okay, so the Orioles here. I think I know this one too, but let me just double check. Okay, so Kobe Mayo for the Orioles, only one team. Okay, so 2 left here. Boston and the Orioles. So I think Kimbrel should be okay for that. Let me just make sure that's not too high. 10%, that's fine. All right, so Boston and the Orioles, Craig Kimbrel. And okay, so we're left with Orioles and the Cards. I think I know this one too, but I gotta make sure. No, okay, so not him. Okay, pitchers. So we could have done Jackson. Wasn't Dotel. Let's see here. So not Trumbo. Housley hasn't pitched there yet. Let's see. First base or second base, Tejada, no. I feel like if I just look at the roster, I could just tell right away here. Let's just see. Spring training schedule already up. Yankees February 20th will be at the Orioles.
Orioles, Dylan Carlson.
Okay, so let's see about that one. Dylan Carlson is 1%. Nice. Okay, so what was that? Was that a 33?
Yeah.
Okay, solid. That's David Wells' number.
That's
kind of
crazy.
crazy. And then if we could just move over to the gridiron, Michael. And then that will be concluded with the basketball. I think we'll skip the hockey today with Tony not in the building. A little tough sledding for me typically there. Okay, let's see here. So for the 5,000 yards receiving, I'm thinking for the Seahawks, Brandon Marshall. Yep, 2%. So 5,000 Seahawks, Brandon Marshall, and it's the one with the longer career. You'll see there's 2, so it's the top. Yep. There we go, 2%. All right. And then thinking about Washington, I'm almost thinking Vernon Davis, maybe? Who was that, Washington? Right? Yeah, 2%. All right, right below him, Vernon Davis. Was one of the better tight ends in the league on the Niners. Yeah, like that Niners-Ravens at that time, he was unbelievable. And I don't know if you saw, there was like this ESPN 30 for 30 when he first was on the team. Problems with the coach, Mike Singletary, the guy that was on the 85 Bears, was his coach. And then he ended up within a year going from in the doghouse to the team captain, like straightened things out and became a leader. And that you love seeing stuff like that. Okay, here. So for the 5,000 receiving yards for the Vikings, Renee, what's good? The Steelers, she's so riled even though she didn't know they played last night. So right below Vernon Davis, we could go with Calvin Ridley. And then I want to vet this, but Josh B is talking dead nuts, and it is the felon himself, Mark Sanchez.
It's crazy.
It really is. He'll resurface, though.
Yeah, he was popped that night.
Yeah. You know what is crazy? And obviously he wasn't popped, he's just out of his mind, but the Michigan coach, it's like he could have recovered from that. He could have coached again. Like now he's literally like never even, it's not even going to be a thought. Like
no.
But I guess some people just can't help it. But wow, that was unbelievable, really.
It really was.
Okay, here. So let's see. So, thinking of
Cowboys, Titans, Matt Castle.
Cowboys, Titans, Matt Castle. Okay, let's do that.
3%.
Nice. Let's see here. So, Colts and Wash. Oh yeah, he didn't say anything else. Okay, so I'm thinking. I don't know. I feel like Garcon shouldn't be too high, right? 19 though. Huh. Okay, let's think about this for a second. Washington, I mean, could go Wentz, but that's probably even higher. And then the Cowboys and the Titans, there's Pollard. But what else is there? That's the question. And then Foles wasn't on Seattle. Eddie Lacy wasn't on the Colts. Let's see, Washington and the Colts. I feel like they've had other guys. Samaje Perine. Let's see, Seattle. Not Richard Sherman. Let's see here. So on the Commanders, somebody that was on the Colts. Josh B, where are ya? Let's just see here. So looking at the Commanders, so they would have with the Titans. Mariota wasn't on there. Let's see. Treylon Burks. All right, I would say just go Garcon for Colts and Commanders.
What was the name? Sorry.
Pierre Garcon. And then Josh B's talking Hawks, Colts, Ricky Prohl. Let's see here. Ricky Prohl, 0.6. Nice, Josh. All right, so
Nice,
I'm
Josh.
thinking Kitna, 19. I guess whatever. John Kitna, Seahawks and Cowboys. Yeah, right there. No, yeah, Kitna. Jon. The Tony spelling.
Yep.
All right, one more here. Okay, Colts. I'm thinking, did Gilmore go to the Titans? No. Okay. All right, so Titans, Colts. Oh, we could do Matt Hasselbeck. Okay, yeah, Matt Hasselbeck for the last one. All right, 67, not too shabby.
Not bad.
And then Michael's favorite part of the show gets the NBA music up, thinking about the game later, thinking about he's gonna drop a 50 burger. Okay, the born out of the United States is like one of those things. It feels like it's
Andre
like
Kirilenko?
gift. Yeah, I would think that would be the highest though. Marketing, you think that'll be higher?
Yeah.
But there's still other guys though.
We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back. I think Gortat for the Suns.
Yep.
Okay, and then I'm thinking Zubac for the Clippers. What do you think?
Gonna be a little high, but we could do it.
Yeah, it is high. It is high. Wait. There's other guys. Batum.
Nice.
And I feel like the Jazz, there's like a million. So not Jordan Clarkson and his freedom. So stupid how you had to put it in there. You can't do cancer.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Okay. So Clippers. Let's see. Clippers. Mavs. Tyson Chandler. What? He wasn't on the Clippers? Didn't you feel like he was on the Clippers?
No.
I was thinking of him on the Bulls, probably.
Clippers, Mavs.
Powell, right? Norm Powell, or no? Or is that Dwight Powell and he wasn't on the Clippers?
Damn.
Not Redick. And Josh B with the come on Barnes. Sam Cassell, dead nuts. His favorite answer. Okay, and let's see. So Mavericks and the Jazz. Let's see. Mavericks, Jazz. No Favors. No. Thaddeus Young. Devin Harris.
That's who I was thinking of.
Okay, so now Clippers, Mavericks.
Was Olowokandi on Dallas ever?
I don't think so. I kind of forgot about him. He was on Minnesota. I
Yeah.
remember Minnesota. Let's see. Clippers, Mavs. Reggie Bullock. Oh, and also it could have been Ray Felton.
1%'s good though.
Yeah. Okay, so Clippers and the Grizzlies.
Grizz son, Seth Curry.
All right. I always thought he kind of has gotten, like, I know he's been injured a little bit, almost shafted though. I feel like
Yeah.
he's so efficient from three. It's like,
Well, now he's on Golden State.
yeah, but there's still, he's like on the back, like, it's just like, dude, play him 25 minutes a night.
I
He's going to
know.
make 8 3-pointers.
He is.
He has a higher 3-point shooting than Steph.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so, Zach Randolph, Clippers and Grizzlies. CH, yeah. Is that 40%?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay. And then let's see. Jazz, Grizzlies. Rudy Gay.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah. That team,
That
though,
Memphis-
should have won. Well, that Memphis team should have won, but then also that UConn team he was on should have won, too.
Yeah.
Who lost to George Mason.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So listen, solid grid despite me having the snafu.
The kerfuffle.
As Tony would say. Oh yeah, and then it could have been Grayson Allen too. Good call there, Josh. But yeah, so that's really where we're at. But we do have, I just thought of it, the Knicks Spurs. I know, like, we obviously hate the cup, but the final is tonight in Vegas.
I hope the Knicks win though.
What have you thought about, Mike Brown and just the Knicks this year?
Not bad. They're obviously going to make some trade moves. I'm interested to see what they are. Apparently, DiVincenzo.
Yes, I think good if you're not giving up a lot.
Yeah,
right?
No, definitely. If you're not giving up
but
a
he
lot.
seemed like that was somebody that they didn't want to get rid of him.
No.
It was just they had to.
Yeah.
And then you think the Giannis stuff wouldn't be till the offseason?
I don't know. Apparently, he was seen buying a place in the city,
Wow.
and something with not meeting with any of his teammates. With Kyle Kuzma was saying that,
so
like,
they're tight, basically.
Something's going on.
Yeah. What do you think, Pack? I mean, it's like you'd have to give up Towns and OG and picks.
I don't know if you'd have to give up OG.
But it's
I don't think they should.
because you know what it is.
Need
It's
that.
like if you don't though, and I don't know what they have available, and what like terms of a deal would be, but it's like there has to be something in it. It's like with Skubal and like the Yankees or the Mets or something. Like it has to be something in it for the Bucks. Like it's like what's the motivation on their end if they're just getting Towns? Like why were they going to build around Towns? Like I feel like they would need probably 3 or 4 first-round picks, right?
Oh, definitely, 100%. And I think we have the picks for it.
Well, I just wasn't sure because they had given up the 5 in the Bridges deal.
Which was shot. That was crazy.
It's crazy though that more or less, I mean, we could debate how good Anthony Davis is, but that more was acquired for Mikal Bridges than Luka.
No, yeah, that's
You think that was literally like the fix is in, like just for the casino because they want to move to Vegas and have the casino attached to the arena?
yeah. I mean, that sounds like the Mets.
Yeah.
I mean, can you believe it?
No, it's so funny. But I think Tony finally now, he was very last couple of years like defensive that like, oh, Cohen's done a good job. Like, no, Cohen has not done a good job.
It just shows that he really just wanted the casino.
That's what I'm saying. But like, there's a deflection on that. And then it's so funny. Like you
Dude,
looked it
and
up.
remember yesterday or last year, I would tell him like Pete Alonso's not coming back.
Yeah,
And he's like,
yeah, yep. That was something you could see coming from a mile away. The tension, the
they
organization.
didn't treat him well.
Yeah, and then like I've showed you before. You looked it up. Like Stearns, the GM, the young Cashman, like so like tight, like just won't deviate from his plan. Won't listen to anybody.
And now apparently there's rumors Lindor and Soto aren't getting along.
Wait, Soto's not getting along with somebody?
Yeah, just he has to be the only star.
Well, also too, it is so funny. Like even some Met fans admit it. Like he just like is miserable. Soto. He does not. Like he cannot wait to get out of there already.
I know.
Like, that's the crazy part. Like it was all for the suite. I really think that, I mean, that'll be the only time ever in history that somebody like picks a team based on getting suites and a clothing allowance for the mother. Like it's just like ridiculous stipulations. And I wonder too how a trade would work with that stuff written into the contract if you would have to get those amenities with whatever team they trade into. And then, listen, we're talking a little in the future, but just a thought there. I know we could opt out, but then void it. They could void it, but
crazy.
We'll
horrible
see.
situation in New York. Mets.
Horrible situation for the Mets, but the Mets are the Mets.
Yeah,
I mean, the Jets are the Jets. Mets are the Mets.
Yeah.
So Spurs have been better this year. I mean, what do you think? Do you think Knicks still win tonight, or?
Yeah, I think the Spurs are due.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Knicks are gonna play hard and they're deeper and I think they have better players all around. So,
if you had to give us a score,
I don't know, like 109-99.
Okay, so kind of a pull away
At
second
the end,
half,
couple
of the fourth
free throws,
quarter. Yeah.
Fouls at the end.
Yeah, so that game is going to be on Prime tonight at 8:30. And then the game I will be going to, it's kind of crazy. Drexel's playing Howard right now.
That is
but
crazy.
I will be at the now People's Bank Arena. It'll be my first time there since they did the renovation. I've heard good things, but 8:30, kind of a late tip, but 8:30, great late tip after last night. But I'll be okay, honestly. As the day has progressed, the bagels, dude. I had to say I don't know if you ever like used to do that. The soak up, dude. Because I used to be so dumb. Oh, I'll just have a protein bar. No. The next
you're
day,
still gonna die.
You need the carb overload in the morning with the water. Come on, Tony. You need a couple more cups.
Yeah.
So yeah, but we're feeling pretty good. But yeah, 8:30 on Peacock. UConn 14.5-point favorites over Butler. So who knows? Maybe they'll be ahead by such a wide margin that we'll leave at halftime. Probably not. But we'll see. Looking forward to that. And I think UConn's ready to go. I know. Listen, they had the loss to Arizona. Some of these games have been tight. They haven't been covering everything. But I think, and I don't know if you've seen much of them, Michael, but I think that they are poised to win another title.
I mean,
the players
I think
are
so
there.
too. Yeah, I think so too.
I think Karaban and Ball are the X factors, and both have the same problem. I feel like just in terms of consistency, and I feel like we see Ball playing better games. It seems like Karaban, it almost feels like every game. Like he just, like when we saw him at the Garden, he's missing layups, getting swatted, but then would hit a couple big threes. But if he could just offer something on the defensive end of the floor, and then you're stretching him out for those 3-pointers, he becomes a weapon. So, they're a deep roster. But yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight, and I think they should have it handily. But it's interesting. Everyone says Big East down this year. So like Mark was even saying, like, oh, like I don't know if I would have went if Butler didn't beat Providence over the weekend. and they're saying the conference is down. But it's like they could say that all they want, but like you look at last year, I mean, the UConn team was so good, and then in the conference they were like 500. So
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't mean that it's just like a walk in the park. So,
Right.
yeah. So looking forward to that, and hoping we get 2 W's with the Rangers and the Huskies tonight. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. And then I was just gonna ask you on the way out, have you still been playing
2K?
2K?
Oh yeah.
How's it going?
Good. So there's this thing called Rec where you play like random. You play 5-on-5 with random people, and I usually just use that to like once you get your guy, because my guy's he's maxed out on all of his attributes, badges, but there's now cap breakers, so you can get cap breakers by having a crew.
Okay.
And when your crew accumulates X amount of things, rebounds as a crew, different things, you get 4 cap breakers from that. And then there's other way you could get like a total of 8 cap breakers, I'm pretty sure, which aids to certain things. So you build a player, and like when you make him a certain height and weight and different things, you can only get so many attributes and 3 rebounding, different things like that. Like if you're gonna go. It's hard to make a balanced player, but I've got a guy from my days. Shout out Pop. His name's Matt, but my 2K team's called Esports Flight.
Oh, right.
So his name's ESP Pop, and he's one of those people that, I mean, he studies all the types of builds. What's the right height? What's the right weight? The arm length plays a factor into it all. So my guy's a 6'8" shooting guard, 2-way, 3-level scorer. So he's a 3-level scorer. He plays offense and defense. And so I got my first attribute, added it to ball handling. So my guy, when he gets the 4 cap breakers in the crew, will be able to basically run the offense as well. Like he can do it now, but when you're playing more competitively, like you don't want him right now, bringing up the ball and things. Like he could do it, but there's guards that have way better ball handling and stuff like that.
Oh,
regardless, picked up some 2 players in Rec, which is hard to do, like to find good players in there. And these dudes are good players. They just want to play, want to win. It's a fun time. I mean, if people love basketball, I've always said this, there's no better game mode than building your own My Player and playing in Pro-Am and stuff like that, 5-on-5, because you're your player and it's basketball, but virtually essentially, and you're just controlling one player. You have to play as a team.
And I was going to ask, because I'm sure you can imagine this with me and Matt used to play with like Mark and like some other people. It's like, I'm sure you can picture him. It's like, well, dude, I want to shoot the ball.
Yeah.
Not like tight, like not getting a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's completely different for this. Like
totally
that doesn't exist.
Everybody knows their roles. Like people find the open guy. Everyone's like really, uplifting, because you have to be, because I mean, there's guys that just make more so defense primary builds to guard the ball handlers on the other teams, for example. That guy's not going to be shooting threes, for example. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's mad fun, dude. I'm in the playoffs right now with my player also. And I'm in the second round. I'm on Detroit, which is sick because, they're obviously a great team. Wow, Quinkleman.
Quinkleman,
Is
there
he
he
new?
goes.
New or?
I've never seen him.
Is Stefanski tanking the Browns for draft picks, or do you think he's trying to get fired?
So I would say neither. I think the Browns are that bad. But I also think that it would be a mistake for them to fire them. I know the results are mixed, but we're talking about a 2-time coach of the year. We know what he's doing with offense. I think the problem is that roster. I mean, they have not had a roster that can compete. And, I mean, Shador is playing. Obviously, they got smoked by the Bears this past week, but I think before that he looked okay. So I would say just rebuild the roster, make some staff changes.
Yeah.
But keep Stefanski. But the Browns usually do the wrong thing, so they'll probably fire him.
Yeah. Do you think he will end up getting fired anyway?
So, yeah, I think so, but I think he will get quickly rehired. You don't always see that. A coach gets fired and then, rehired right away, but he would be an example of somebody. And the Giants, I know they're saying Freeman's the favorite, this and that, but if that didn't end up working out, I think that would be a guy that would be on the short list for the Giants. He's a good coach. I mean, he is. Just give him the pieces. They just have not had the pieces. So we'll see. But definitely, an exciting time in sports. And I did take down Kev doing fantasy. And then this week I'm playing Chief in the semifinals.
Let's go, dude. You said it like I think yesterday or the day before, I can't remember, but you're due for a fantasy win.
Championship.
Yeah.
Been a long time. Chief does have a stacked roster, but Chief, I mean, Adams might not play. And I think Drake London might come back for me. So instead of having a 5-point Jalen Waddle, we'll get him back. Plus, I'm not going to make the kerfuffle, not playing Kyle Pitts. Luckily, I was able to rebound for that thanks to Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
exciting stuff.
YouTube members, speaking of Kev Dew reached out yesterday thanking us for the members only gift he got. It's the holiday one. So they got some stuff. So members out there, be on the lookout for your gifts. They should be there. I mean, definitely this week sometime. So if you get it, definitely post in the Discord or on X. We'd love to share it and show the people what it means to be a member here.
Yeah, no, definitely highly recommend that. And we love all of our members. So that's awesome.
Oh, and you know what? Speaking of members, we just got a new one, and I'm glad I remembered last minute to shout them out. I don't know them, which is dope. You always love that. Sue Jordan. Shout out Sue.
Oh, you know what? I hope Donna's still watching. That's her friend, Sue. Because she did text me that the other day in the group chat. And it was like late at night.
That is so nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Donna.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Donna. You guys are awesome. I got to get her.
Who's that other one in there? Just go back to that for a second.
Boom. Victoria.
Okay.
Josh Fields also was, because I saw him I had a holiday networking party for the networking group I'm in. I think it was either Friday or Saturday. I can't remember now. But so I got to give him his gift personally. The other ones, it was, I cater towards what people celebrate. So Christmas people got some ornaments in theirs as well. And then Josh is Jewish, so he got some other stuff. But I got him a dope Michael Jordan Funko Pop.
Pumped.
Yeah. So pretty sick.
That's awesome. So that's that's what everybody who isn't a member is missing out on. So like we said, we welcome all
amongst
members,
other stuff, but
it.
yeah, definitely that's one of the big perks.
So yeah, definitely do that. But wow, I mean, I just feel like flew by. Classic, everything. We're updated on everything. Michael,
yes.
Riled for your basketball resurgence.
I am.
And Michael Butka, I know you're watching, even though you can pretend you're not.
Is he tight at you? Did you send him photos?
No, because I didn't. But tonight is another opportunity.
I think you maybe should.
I did read this yesterday though. Over the weekend, he's like, Barnes, I can't wait for Sportsport on Monday, and then he's like, I really want to hear some basketball talk. And I go, oh, yeah, we'll be talking about UConn, Texas. And then he goes, the Lakers, Buster Brown. Not funny. Did we get one more? What college football team? Do y'all go for it? I mean, I've always went USC. I mean, they're not in it. So, it's kind of tough. But what I would tell you, despite that loss in the Big Ten title championship game, I do think Ohio State will repeat. We'll see. Going to be tough. Loaded field. But Michael's a big shoe football guy, even with the Division III transition.
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. No, that's all Tony. I don't respect it. I think it's trash. Quinkle Man, definitely make your way over to YouTube as well.
Yes.
Check out the full archive.
Yes.
Tony,
Michael,
shows.
Renee, and Jay in costume. The merch at DowntimeTV.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games. Let's go Rangers and Huskies, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.